Ohio State not on the field right now. That means all the news is off the field for the Buckeyes. We're going to dip into all of it, tons of it. Red hot recruiting news right now. Definitely got to take a look at that. We'll break down who's headed to Columbus for Ohio State and the idea of encouraging those names, bringing them in, getting excited. Brian Hartline rumors, how real are they? What do they mean for Ohio State? They're out there. They're floating around. And more good news, I think, with Bo Jackson getting honored with his recent play, where the Buckeyes are at right now. One of the names noted is pretty good in the country, so we love that for Bo. Last night, we had that red-hot recruiting news like we talked about. It was breaking. It was fast. It was later in the evening. If you want that news right away, good way to get it, understand it, get all the information you need. Go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter. I brought that to you guys within 10 minutes of it breaking. Got a video out there talking Buckeyes recruiting news at 3rd BB on Twitter. Make sure to give me a follow for the latest with Ohio State football. We jump in to that red-hot recruiting news. 2 names we had you fully filled in on the Ohio State football report. So, again, be sure to subscribe. You knew about these guys before we even checked them out on the recruiting boards and what happened here. So we were filled in on that. We begin with offensive tackle Landry Brede, Mentor, Ohio, Mentor High School, originally committed to NC State. This is a great story because Brede wanted to be a Buckeye. He just didn't have that offer yet. In the summer, he had his offer from NC State, committed. Buckeyes flipped him. Great job getting Landry Brede, Ohio kid, obviously. Mentor's a quality high school program in the state of Ohio. And you get a guy that wanted to be a Buckeye, had to earn it, got it, and still chose and wasn't, kind of deterred by not getting that offer right away. So I'm excited for Landry Brede to be a Buckeye member of the class of 2026. That's what the Buckeyes are filling out. So he flips from NC State to Ohio State. Then the Buckeyes lock up Khmari Bing, the former Maryland commit. This is kind of a bigger one, a good talent here. He's playing corner right now, predicted to play safety. He was committed to Maryland, decommits from Maryland, visits Ohio State, chooses Ohio State. I thought this was a really, really good pickup, and we're going to talk more about the 3-star idea here in just a second. I know a lot of people are like, 3 stars? Why do I care about 3 stars? Well, let's start with Bing. Quote from Jeremy Birmingham, who's really up on Ohio State recruiting, does a great job. It's with a couple different outlets. Throw out the rankings. Look at the offers and the teams recruiting him. He's a Class A kid, big-time talent. Obviously, he was committed to Maryland. I'll say Alabama was sniffing around. Alabama wanted him to be a part of their program. Buckeyes get him. Add to that class of 2026. Quality secondary. I will also say he's got to finish his senior year. I don't know that he's going to end up being a 3-star, maybe better, maybe worse. Not really sure. So we'll see at the end of that. I think Khmari Bing and Landry Brede, big pickups. Let's welcome them to Columbus. Let's get excited here for 2 new recruits. They wanted to be Buckeyes. They chose to be Buckeyes. They're going to be a part of the Buckeyes one way or another in the future. Hit that thumbs up button to welcome Landry Brede and Khmari Bing. Staying with the subject here. Put our video out last night, short. I put it on Twitter, got it on our social medias. Didn't appreciate the comments about, why should I care about 3 stars? They're just 3 stars. Have fun riding the bench. This, that, and the other. What are we doing, guys? These are kids that wanted to be Buckeyes, worked hard for it, earned it, and are headed to Columbus. I think let's have a little bit of respect for some future Ohio State Buckeyes. We don't know what they're going to bring. Clearly, Ryan Day and company think they're valuable and should be a part of the program, right? Shouldn't Buckeye fans of all people know the value of a 3-star or the idea that a 3-star in general isn't set, done, bench rider, filler out, practice squad? Ohio State fans should know, should show some love, understand how valuable a 3-star can be. I point to these guys. Recognize any of them? Yeah, former 3-stars for Ohio State. And this is just a few. There's plenty more talent when talking about 3-stars. You automatically assume it's a bench rider. You automatically assume it's a transfer in the future. I mean, these are former 3-stars for Ohio State. Cardale Jones, national champion. Michael Thomas, NFL record set. A.J. Hawk, come on now. Chris Olave, Malcolm Jenkins, goated both in the NFL and in college football, right? I think it's really important to remember this. And I don't care if you have a full set All-American career like A.J. Hawk, or if you just went on one little stretch run where we needed you, like Cardale Jones. I'm not dismissing anyone because they're a 3-star. I'm not lowering my excitement because they're a 3-star. They're a great recruit that Ryan Day and his staff wanted, and they're coming to Columbus. Again, hit that thumbs up button. Show some love to Landry Brede and Khmari Bing. All right, real quick, want to let you guys know this episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. PrizePicks, only app that offers stacks right now, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. So you want to pick more on Josh Allen's pass yards, rush yards, touchdowns. You can pick all of them in the same lineup. This is my favorite part about PrizePicks. Simple to play. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. Get your picks right. Cash in. Great example here. Thursday night football, we'll have our Bengals watch party. We'll be keeping an eye on this. DK Metcalf really hot right now, going more on his receiving yards, 39.5. Flacco, he's back, fully back. We're going to go more on the half a passing touchdown there. And again, more on T. Higgins, 4 receptions. More. We're having some fun on PrizePicks, so make sure you guys are a part of it. Next, what you want to do, download the app today, use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. We talked a lot about James Franklin, his firing, candidates, the connection to Ohio State. This was lightly floated around, so I didn't want to deep dive into it or give it too much credibility. But Brian Hartline was put out as a possible name or candidate that should be considered, not just like in Twitter circles, but real people connected in college football think Brian Hartline should be considered for the Penn State job. Killer for Ohio State fans. Really, really killer at the idea of losing Brian Hartline. Joel Klatt was the main one. This was the one I right away was like, man, if Joel Klatt thinks it's a good idea, has connections in college football, what he said, he was talking about different options and guys that could be going to Penn State, gets to Hartline and says, then the guy that's maybe under the radar, that's not a head coach right now, that is seen like a Dan Lanning, like a Kirby Smart, he's just around it, he knows what it takes, just hasn't been a head coach yet, is Brian Hartline at Ohio State. I know Buckeye fans are screaming right now for me bringing up that name. Those are the 4 names. If I was the athletic director, I would make the call. Screaming's right. This is serious. Brian Hartline interviewed and was interested in the West Virginia job last year, and that's with, not being necessarily the full-time play caller. Schools are interested in Brian Hartline. They were last year, and he didn't have, like I said, all that play calling experience that he's getting this year. They're interested once again. There is no quick replacement for Brian Hartline, right? Chip Kelly left. Buckeyes figured out they bumped up Hartline. They could have went and got other options. That's not the case here. This is an elite recruiter with Buckeye blood that is invested in this program fully for many years here, that has rose up the ranks efficiently. There is no quick replacement for Brian Hartline. This would be a costly loss for Ohio State. I don't doom the program. I don't put too much or take too much away from Ryan Day to recover from this. I'm just saying this incredible run of wide receivers, a lot of it's due to Brian Hartline. He's an elite recruiter. So you lose that. Possibly a great play caller. We're still learning more about him as a play caller. Then there's the idea that he could be headed to a rival, right, in the Big Ten. You want Brian Hartline coaching Penn State, and you may say to yourself, Brian Hartline would never coach at Penn State. He's a Buckeye. Not how that works. If Brian Hartline wants to be a head coach, and we don't know when Ryan Day is retiring or how quick a role he has, or if he's, I don't know how much play calling he's actually doing with Ryan Day completely. He wants to leave. That's the open job, the biggest open job. I can see it. So Buckeye fans, I think there's some concern there. You guys let me know down in the comment section below. Are you worried about Brian Hartline leaving Ohio State? Like I said, interviewed for jobs last year. This is a big opening that may not open up for a long time, and Hartline has always been interested in being a head coach. If you're worried, type Y for yes. If you're not worried at all, type N for no. Bo Jackson, having a good year. He's been a hot name for us here on the show, for Buckeye fans, talking Bo, what we've seen from him. Slowed down a tiny bit, just a tiny bit, getting acclimated to tougher competition and the offense and things changing. Still a dub, though. Good to see him. He made on threes mid-season, true freshman, all-American team. There's a lot of talent on this list. And if you guys know me, when I talk about the black stripe, when I talk about other things with Ohio State football, you want to see these guys hit check marks, achieve things, move on, and move forward. I just think maybe not the biggest deal of all time to be on this list. It's a dub. It's a good thing to be on this list. It's a step forward for Bo Jackson. It's a signifier that he's a good player, that he's looking good, that he's playing good. I like it personally. I think it's a good thing for Ohio State and for Bo Jackson. At this point in time, from what we've seen from Bo Jackson, if 10 is prime Ezekiel Elliott, through the heart of the South, just Buckeye offense built around a running back, if that's 10, how do you grade or scale Bo Jackson as of right now on a scale of 1 to 10? Let us know down below. Recapping what Bo has done this season. 58 carries, 407 yards. Great average running the ball. 7 yards a carry right now. Looking good there. He's got that 64-yarder. That was a great run. 2 touchdowns. And again, he slowed down a little bit rushing the ball. He's got some things he's going to figure out, some things he's going to go through. But again, I like what we've seen from Bo Jackson. I think it's been really, really good stuff. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. For more Ohio State content, everything we covered in this show alone was a lot, let alone what we'll get into this week. Our watch parties, our previews, our shorts, our posts. Be a part of it. Subscribe right now to be fully informed on Ohio State football.